Welcome everybody, this is Ron with Bigg Wizurd TV. We're going to do a little painting tonight. We're going to do a Dallara IndyCar. This is one of the cars we run in our new series. I'll be running on Tuesday nights, so I wanted to do a new paint job for the new Season 4, which just started last week. So we'll go through the painting of the car. I'll show you a few tips and tricks that I've learned. Um, we're going to start off just right into it. We're not going to do the basics. The basics are in my other videos. Take a look at those if you want to know how to get where we are right now. But for the most part, I can just show you that I take all of the stuff that iRacing has already put in the template and put it in here called pre-made. That way, if you look at the car, you can see all the pre-made things, logos, decals, things like that. I can just turn those off, blink, blink, real quick. Allows me to work with the car without dealing with the pre-made stuff in the way. So I really don't have a great idea of the design I want to do, but I know what colors I want and I know what logos I want on the car. So we'll go from there. I also make folders in here called logos and base paints that helps me get my design on the car. Right now we're just looking at the background screen. If you need the GIMP overview on how to use this, I do have that video, like I said. Tells you how to set your tools up the way I do, how to get your selection areas the way I do, how to get your iRacing template files into GIMP so you have them to work with. All that stuff is in the preliminary video. So watch those first if you don't know where we're at. If you do know all that stuff and you want to just jump in, this is the great place to be. So we're going to jump in and do this IndyCar. All right. So first thing I do is I go through the patterns that are there. I don't actually make my own lines and paints and stripes and things like that. That takes way too long. I don't have that kind of time in my world. So we're going to go pick a pattern. So I've turned them all off right now. They're all no eyeball here. We're going to go through them one at a time. This one's obviously just plain red. Not going to use that. Pretty much plain red. Also pretty much plain red. There's a little bit of a pattern, but I don't really like that solid on there. That might work. I'm looking for something I can do black, white with like black and white or red and white with black. Like the red, white, and black are the three colors. And one's going to be a trim color just for like lines and things. So we'll go through. That one looks, ooh, that looks like it might work. So pattern number 8. So I'm going to move that to the top. Come on, move to the top. Had a little trouble moving things yesterday. Not sure why they don't want to move. That does correct itself after time, so hopefully that'll fix itself. But remember pattern number 8? We'll remember that one. Ooh, way too busy. Not bad, but I don't like the triple cut the car in thirds. That one's not bad. No. I think we're going to go with that number 8. Let's take a look to see if anything else pops out to show two solid colors and I'll stripe in between them. Flames. That one might work. I've done that one recently with another car. Let's try number 8. Yeah, I'm going to go with 8. All right, so light this guy up and we're going to go through the process of pulling the paints off, making the new layers. Hopefully my moving layers around works pretty quick here and stops causing me trouble. Not really sure why it does that. Yeah, there it's starting to let me do it now. See if that kind of corrects itself over time. All right, so we have this layer selected. We're going to grab our first, we're going to leave the red of this picture as the background. So we're going to grab the green and we'll do a couple things to help us with picking out our colors. First of all, we're going to turn off the pre-mades. That'll help us get just the colors we want. When we do our selections on the green, we're going to get rid of these words so we can add those on. Those are part of the pre-mades. That is color change logos, and we can turn those on and off. As you can see, they're turning on and off across the car. So when we get to that point, we'll turn those back on and we'll get them the color we want if they don't line up where we want them. So color pattern, we'll go ahead and grab the green. So we'll use our color select tool. We want everything that's green. We want a lot of it. We want big borders. We don't want any overflow to be left with gaps. So we're going to crank it up and see what we got. So over here in the selection area, you get to see nice and clear what we've picked. There's a couple stragglers here and there that we can get rid of, and then we have to clean off the lettering that we don't care about, which should be in 4 places. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, so first we're going to remove, and we do that by going to one of our selection tools. Right now I'm just roughly removing, so I'm going to use the block, and we're going to do the negative, which is this box here. This box adds, this box removes, and this box makes a new one every time you use it. So we're going to remove from the selection, okay? And then we're going to first get this stuff off. So you can tell up here it cleans it up. These look like they need to stay. So then we just need to work on where the letters are. So let's zoom in on the letters. And we're going to take these out. So you're no longer in my selection. Oh, that didn't work. We need to add to the selection because this is the green that we're selecting, and I just removed that chunk of it. So we need to do the opposite of that. So we need to add to it. So we're going to add that in, and as you can see, we're adding in sections. We just got to get this little sliver now. Okay. So this is our selection. You can see it's got a nice good overlap into that blue, which is perfect. Because when we select the blue, we're going to do the same thing, and that'll give us a nice clean over underline when we lay it into the new layers. And I'll show you that here as we go. So I think there was another one right here close. There it is. Let's go ahead and add that one in as well. Firestone guys might not like me here getting rid of their logo. Sorry guys. And we got this one. Little Firestone F. It'll still be there. It's on the color change logos. And then the fourth one. NTT IndyCar, Firestone. Okay, we're clean. Whoa, undo. Okay, I clicked and it picked the whole thing. So, all right. Looks like we missed a little, so we'll go ahead and add that in. And now our 4 logos are part of the selection. Not sure what these are here for, but it doesn't really matter because they're underneath the mask. So it doesn't matter that we have those as part of our design. They will go away. Actually, they look like exclusions. And once again, they don't matter because they're underneath the mask. We could, just for fun, add the whole block because they are under the mask. This one I don't want to do that because there is a red stripe through there. And this one has red on it as well, so we'll leave those the way they are. Blue line, that's interesting. Okay, part of the design. All right, so this is our selection. We'll go up to base paints, make a new layer, and we're going to call this, we'll call it top layer. Hopefully you guys have layer skills, all of that stuff figured out. As we build the layers have to be in flat order. So if you want something to show, it's got to be on top of something else. A good example to show you that is I can turn on the pre-mades and they lay on top of the base paints that are on here already. So, okay. So anyway, top layer, we got these selected. We're going to go ahead and fill them in, and let's go with white on this, and we'll see if this works out. We'll go with white, and then the bottom we're going to do black with a red. No, we have to do white on the bottom. Let's try black on the top then. See how this looks. Then we'll do the stripe. Maybe we'll do red. Boy, I'm not making up my mind tonight, am I? We'll do red on the top. Then we'll do the black stripe and white on the bottom. That should actually look pretty good. Okay, so I already picked out the red. ED1C24 is actually the hexadecimal code for the red that I want. That comes from the logo we're going to be using, which will be Discount Tire, which we're going to put up there in just a few minutes. So we'll go with red. We'll fill that in. Looks really similar to the background right now. But for a minute, we're going to shut that layer off. We're going to select none. That layer is now created. If you don't believe me, there it is. We can even turn off the base so you can see it. That layer is there. So base, we are going to go with white with a black stripe. So let's go ahead and fill in the base while we got it selected. And that'll be there. And then we need our stripe. So let's turn our pattern number 8 back on. Turn off the top layer or the base paint layer that I built. And we got our car pattern. Let's go ahead and grab the blue this time. Select, crank it way up like it is. Grab the blue. Hopefully we only get what we want. Ooh, a lot of residual. You can see a lot of residual over here that we're going to have to clean up. So that's okay. It goes pretty quick. So let's do that remove now. We're going to remove all these things. We're also going to remove all the little logos. So looks like from about here up, we can get rid of everything. Okay. And then we'll get rid of the logos. We just want the blue stripes. That's all we want to keep. Looks like a blue stripe. It's kind of an odd looking blue stripe. We'll get rid of it. If we need something there on the car, we'll put it back in. Okay, now you can see over here on this selection diagram that there's a lot more in there than just the blue stripes that we can see. It's like around this box, there's a whole entire group of selections. So let's get rid of those. Whoop, 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 can't do that. We'll get rid of everything around the lines. And all we're doing right now is blocking. I'm looking at the diagram, and based on what I can see, I'm getting rid of things I don't want. Unfortunately, the little diagram over there won't blow up, so you can't see it that well. But if you can tell what I'm after, I'm just looking for the little dots. You see the little dots right there? There's a good example of it. Some blue has bled through. Now somebody might say, well, why don't you just take a smaller selection? That's a great point, and a great observation. But if I take a smaller selection, this line won't be as fat as I want it to be. And when I do my layer and I put them on the new pattern, there'll be a gap in between them that'll look really weird. So that's why I go to all the trouble to do this. It is a little extra work, but it makes your design a lot cleaner when you're done. So let's just keep going. Make sure we're not taking anything out we want. I can see these little lines kind of fading over there. They're just kind of hanging out. I don't like them, so getting rid of them. This whole bottom section should be clean down to that stripe at the end. Should be a stripe back here. There it is. Oh, look, I missed it. Haha. Winner. Get the whole bottom. Okay, we got some in the center. Through here. Not there. Through here. Nope, still not there. How about here? There we go. And take this chunk out. Good. This little blue stripe, I'm going to leave it in there. It probably doesn't need to be there, but oh well. We'll live with it. It is going to take a little bit of time to get that particular stripe out of there. Okay, so we got something up here by this stripe. Somehow. This general area. Okay, one up here. Looks like I missed it. Still missed it. Too close to the edge. There's that little dimple. And it's up above it. Okay, there's the dimple. Okay, so it's right here. Okay, then again down here on the bottom. All right, so that looks pretty clean. I'm actually liking how that looks. All the stripes are there and nothing else is there. So just getting stripes. There's one, set for stunned. There's another one. Okay. All right, now if we wanted to get rid of these stripes right here, these little lines right here, we would use this tool. It's a different type of selection tool. Make sure you do the remove. And the way to do this is dot, dot, dot. You're just kind of drawing around the area you want to get rid of and close the circle. Boom, gone. Okay, switch over to your move tool and then back. Otherwise, it'll keep that other selection. I'll show you that again in just a minute. You can also freehand this, but I don't recommend it. Make a mistake, you got to start over. With this one, you just have to move your dot. So if I wanted this dot somewhere else, see, I could go in this dot and move it around. So if I put it in the wrong place, even anywhere before I'm done, like say I want this dot somewhere else, I can move it around a little bit. So before I'm finished, I can move my dots. That's why this is a great tool. Okay, removed, gone. Okay, make sure you click on the move tool again. What that does is it takes away this little selection box. Okay, so I click this, boom, it's gone. Now I just have my stripes. I got rid of that extra stripe I said I wasn't going to get rid of. I get rid of it anyway. All right. So now we have our stripe, and we're going to color our stripe. We said black. Nope. Yes, we said black. So we need to make a new layer. So we go to base paints, make a new layer. We'll call it stripe. Ooh, very creative. Use labels that you can find and recognize when you paint your cars. Makes it a lot easier. Let's go ahead. We're going to do black. And we're going to foreground fill. And it doesn't like me for some reason because it's turned off. Did you notice that? Did you catch that? The base paints layer that I want to paint in is not visible. So I can't paint in it. Even though the stripe's there, I can't paint in it. I have to turn that layer on, select the layer, and then I can paint in it. Make sure I get it all the way I want. Boom, black. You see how it's nice and full? Now we'll pull off the mask that we have here. And we see our colors. Select none. So this is the base paint of our car. White on the bottom, red stripe, black stripe, red on the top. Some red accents. Let's turn on the pre-mades. So all the little logos show up. They look really good the way they are because they're white on the red with the white on the bottom. So it looks really cool. And let's save this. We're going to export it out to iRacing's folder, the paint folder on your iRacing app. So we're going to do an export as. We're going to go out to the paint. This is where we're going. My documents folder under iRacing, under paint. We're going to find the car we're working with, the Dallara. Dallara IR18. And then you find your car number. 481464 is my number. Now, don't use that number. Find your number. You find that in iRacing, and I'll bring that screen over in just a second. Hit export. See, right now it's just solid blue. Go ahead and replace it. It will ask you if you're sure. Hit the export button. Out it goes. Okay, now you can go into iRacing itself, and we'll do that now. I'll go ahead and open up iRacing. Yes, save that. I'll open up iRacing. Actually, I already had it open. And we'll go to my cars, and we'll go to the paint shop. We will pick the IndyCar, and look at that. It's already set with the white, black, and red. And it actually looks really good. This looks almost exactly what I wanted from my design. So if I go, this doesn't look like that car until you get it on the car. So in iRacing, they have a nice little preview window for you. You can zoom in and look at cool things, see how your stripes look, check out your colors. You can see the mirrors are red. If you didn't want the mirrors red, you wanted them a different color, I can show you how to find them. We actually will do that because I think that's cool, and I think black mirrors would look better. We'll even leave the little red stripe underneath them to help you differentiate the red stripe on the top. So that should be cool to do. but you can see the color of the car and the way it sits. So that's the base paint. That's just doing the base. You can see all these other patterns down here. They don't matter which one you click on because we have a file sitting in the folder where we're using the paint from. We painted into the iRacing folder, into the paint folder, and that's where this now pulls from. It's a new feature from iRacing. Makes it really cool to be able to paint your cars while you're on the fly like this. The other thing you can do is you can change your numbers. I don't think we need to, but you can change your numbers to like a different font or something, and it will actually change on the car right away. See, I like that the cricket that they have. That looks kind of cool. A little cartoonish, a little fat on the 8 there. Looks kind of nice. I like it. So there's our base paint. And you can now see that iRacing has a tool where you can paint your car as you go. So if you wanted to, like say we wanted chrome red wheels, we could do that. We could do that right in here and change it on the fly. If we were using the old method where you actually opened up iRacing and drove the car around, paused the screen, made sure the guy was in it, all the other stuff that I used to tell you how to do, you don't need to do that anymore. Really quick and easy, just like this. Just right in the main paint screen on iRacing. And you can change the colors. Before you actually had to get out of iRacing to be able to change something like the color of the wheels. So now you can actually do that while you're painting. Make it a little easier to paint the car. When I'm done, I'll probably get it out on track just to see what it looks like, but you can tell from here what the car looks like pretty cleanly in a nice clean white background. The shadows and everything are pretty much perspectives. You can get around them. If you want to see what something looks like, you can see what it looks like. Okay, we got a lot of ground to cover on this one. There's a lot of wing space. The IndyCar also has two different formats, one of which we are not going to be able to see here because we are looking at the high downforce version of the IndyCar, which has the monster wing on the back with the flaps and adjustables and then all the big huge wing on the front. If you look at an oval car, that car is going to have a little tiny wing on the back and a very small wing on the front. This is the road car. But it's okay, as most of the stuff we're doing is road anyway. We do have some oval stuff coming up in the season, so I'll make sure those wings are set correct too. Anyway, that's our start. So let's go back to GIMP and we'll go to the next set. So base paint's pretty much done. We're done with these car patterns. We just need to leave the base there that's on here because we're using it. So we'll leave that all together and we're going to go to logos. Logos on IndyCar. Before we do logos, let me do one other thing before we do logos. I said we'd do mirrors. Now, can anyone tell me where exactly on this drawing the mirrors are? Good luck. Have a good time. Call me in a month when you figure it out. All right, this is how you do it. There is a file. We're going to open this up as a layer. There's a file that iRacing has provided. It's out in my vehicles folder, I believe, and it's called Car Part Finder Map. Okay, it's just this document with a bunch of numbers. Now, if we turn off our mask, you can see, and the pre-mades, you can see what this is. It's just a big block with numbers on it. Okay, now what I've done is I've actually put this on the car. So the car actually has all these numbers on it right now, and they're in the place of, let me put it at the top here so I can show you. Oh, I can't move things right now. Let's try moving it this way. No? You're not going to let me move anything? You're just going to be stubborn? Okay, well, the app's being stubborn. So congratulations, app, you're stubborn. We'll turn off the logos, and that should be enough to see it. So we'll go ahead and export this out. I was just going to put it at the top so I can turn on and off things and have them underneath it because, we're dealing with layers, right? Okay, so glitch in the program. Have a good day anyway. We're going to go ahead and export this out to the car, and it's going to just show us this goofy pattern on the car. Here we go. There it is. There's the goofy pattern on the car. But you know what you can see? I can clearly see a red number 51 with black on the background and red, almost like purplish red lines. And on this one, it's orange with the same number 51. So we're looking for the red line, the black background, red numbers, and black background, orange numbers on the pattern. So let's go back and see if we can find them. Black right here, it looks like, and orange is right here. So here's the bright red, and the 51 is over here on the side. So you can see it's way over here on the edge, and guess what? The orange is also 51 on the edge. So let's make it so we can find this a little easier. Let's make a selection, and we're just going to block around it. Okay, so now those two areas are highlighted. Then we're going to turn off this paintable area, this car part finder, and boom, guess what we just found? We found our mirrors. Turn the mask back on, and those little blocks right there are the actual tops of the mirrors. My guess is these are the bottoms of the mirrors. So let's make a new layer, and we'll call it mirrors. Mirrors. Okay, and now we're going to select none because we know where they are, and we're going to actually go in and zoom in on these, and we're going to get them. So we're going to use the lasso tool so we can get the whole mirror and nothing but the mirror. That's reference to cop shows. I like cop shows. The facts and nothing but the facts, ma'am. So we're going to grab these mirrors. Close to the edge there. Okay, there's one. And we're doing add. Add, yep, we're doing add, not replace. If we were doing replace, it doesn't like me doing that. Okay, so that's selected. Go to my tool again. It wanted me to continue the same one, so sometimes you have to switch off and on your tool to be able to get where you want to be. And if you can't see exactly where you are, zoom in. Now, I'll show you that it's not so critical to get this exact. I'll show you why. There is a, oops, I can move that. Remember I said you can move them? There we go. There is a wire diagram of the car. So if you were to miss just by a little, you can turn your wire on and you can see the actual mirror is here inside this green line white area. It's not the whole red thing. It's just the green area that shows. But if if you were doing something very particular, like you're trying to get something on a hood or something inside another logo, it's really important to know where those lines are so you can get kind of the 3D effect of how that front end comes down. If you wanted to put something on there, you'd see how it would distort or warp when you put a decal or something on there. Wire mask, very helpful. Okay, so we have these right now. Let's make them black. I think that's what we were planning on doing. So we got a mirror layer, got it. We have our layer here. We have our black selected, we'll fill it in. Both mirrors are now black. Select none, and if we did this right, it'll come out right. If not, it'll put black somewhere we don't want it. So let's go ahead and export it out. And what's really cool about the iRacing one is it changes it right away. Okay, and you can see we have the mirror and nothing but the mirror. So now we have black mirrors. Actually, I like that better anyway. Okay, so there's our car design. Black skirts, red on the sides, black dividing line, black mirrors, and everything else looks pretty good. So let's grab some logos, work on the logo section. Okay, we're going to close up base paints, be done there. Now we're going to be working in logos, so let's go ahead and open up our first logo. Open as a layer, iRacing, logos, car care, discount tire logo 2 is the one I made transparent. And the reason I went with Um, oh, why did you put it there? That's good. Okay, turn them on. Ha, there it is. Now they're on. Um, the reason I went with this colored scheme is so the tire in here on this logo is black with a clear background. So if I put that over black, you wouldn't be able to see it. So, and I knew that about the logo before I started. So it helped me out quite a bit with that. And I can put it over the red because the red has a black outline. So now we just need to figure out where to put this thing to make it look right on the car. And this, I believe, is the side pod. Let's take a look at the car. Okay, that's the lower side pod. There's a big white section on the side pod. It's kind of where I want it, is on that white section. So let's see if we can find it. It will be this little section right here. I just don't know if it's upside down or backwards. So we'll shrink this down a little bit so it'll fit. And we're using the scale tool. That's the scale tool with the arrow in the box. Arrow in the box. Big box, little box. Hit OK. We'll go ahead and save that. I'll go see where I put it. Hey, look, it put it right where I wanted it. It even did it in the right style. Like, it's not even upside down. I'm super pleased. Okay, so now we just need to copy that sucker. Now we need to remember what this is, so let's label it. This is Discount Tire logo. Let's see, Discount Tire logo. We'll call it driver because it's on the driver's side, even though IndyCar is kind of universal. We'll make a copy of it and we'll move one of them. I always move one of them before I change the label because then I can change the one I actually moved instead of having to guess that, figure it all out, which is always fun. Okay, flip that around, rotate tool. That was just the move tool. And that was the move tool with the control key. When you move something, so there's your move tool, you grab it. You have to grab the actual item. If you grab around it, it'll move the layer behind it. But when you move it, it'll kind of go all over the place. Well, I want it lined up with that one. So I'm going to hold down the control key when I move it, and it'll actually do that. Not right now, it's not, though, because I'm not moving it correctly. Let's undo that move layer. Okay, there we go. You see how it locks in the lines? See, it locks in there and there. So when we move it, we want to keep it locked in up and down to where we were, and I'm just going to undo it so it's back where it belongs. Okay, and that means it's lined up with the other one. So you see how this one's kind of down a little bit, and it actually looks pretty good where it is. I could pull it down some more, but there's no more down on the part of the car. So we're going to push this one down just a little bit down this way. Now, another way to do that, you can nudge. Once it's selected, you can use your arrow keys. Now watch this. You can move them just one pixel at a time. And you just pick the direction you want to go. And it'll move it around for you. So there's that one on that side. Let's go ahead and send this out to the car. And now we have Discount Tire on both sides. Okay, so there's our first logo. All right, then we're going to go to our nose logos. And you can see that I was showing you that contour where the lines are. If you tried to put something over that, it would look really strange. So we're not going to put something there. We are going to put a Last Man Standing logo, I think. Maybe we'll do Old Guy Racing right here. That would look good right there on the side. Let's go back to our app. We have to find that little piece. It's right here. There's the red one. It should be, is that red that we were looking at? It is. So there's that little angle piece. Now there's another little angle piece that looks a lot like it here. But if we put the pre-mades back on, I think this is the front wing. This here would be, because this is all wing. This whole area is wing. And this area is the side of the car. We can put the color finder, part finder back on again to show you, but I'm fairly certain that that's what it is. I painted this car before. So let's export it out so we have those logos in place. There they all are. And there's that one. And there's another one. It must be a different wing than we have showing right here. But it sits right in this area on a different wing. Oh, there. No, that's the other one. That's up by the cockpit, which is up here. That's this little bar that goes around the top of the halo. Right here, that part. Okay. Whoops. That's called moving a layer unintentionally. Undo move layer. Okay, now this is now on the passenger side. So we got the discount tire logo front and back. All right, now we need to find, we're just going to put the logo in. So open as a layer, and we're going to go find our logos. You have to have things organized pretty good to find your logos. It does give you a preview, which is nice, but that's the new LMS logo for 2022. And I don't need it that big, so make it a bit smaller, move it around, make it a lot smaller. Oof, I don't really like that thing in my way. It kind of ruins my mojo there for my logo. Scale, try the wire mask, see where we're at. Are we gonna fit? We are, but it looks like we're gonna have to get rid of that part of the decal. So turn off the wire. This is logo 2022. Driver's side, small. Rear tire. And let's go up to pre-mades. Go to car decals. That's where that, oh, that's not where that is. So we have to find this. Color change logos. There we go. Let's turn off my logos for a minute. We'll go to color change logos. Turn that on. We'll grab the eraser. And we'll just kind of get rid of it. Color change logos. Eraser tool. And it doesn't like me. Why isn't it liking me? It's visible. It's on. It doesn't like something I'm doing. Why not? Oh, I know why. Because it's locked. Okay. Edit layer attributes and unlock it. See that? Lock alpha. You can't make things disappear. I always forget about that. So there's a lock alpha on that particular layer so you don't take the logos off. Almost like they wanted them to be there. But you see now my logo is, my little circle with the X is no longer there. I can probably make my pen a little bigger so I don't take as long to get rid of this. And if you notice, I'm not erasing anything but the little logo I want out because I'm highlighted on the color change logos area. That's kind of how that works. If I was not highlighted on that area, highlighted on something else, it would erase that part of the layer. I'm only erasing the layer I'm selected on. Okay. So that's good. Those are gone. Let's turn our logos back on, see how that looks. I like. Let's make a copy of it. We're going to move that copy. Whoa! Edit, undo, move. What did we copy? We made a copy of the color change logos. So we're going to edit, undo, add layer. And now we're going to highlight the piece we want to copy and copy that. Now we have two of them. When we move one, the other one stays there. Now here's where that control key comes into play. We're way up here on the other side of the car. And I want this logo in the exact same place. Not over here, not over here. I want it right in the middle. Hold down the control key. Boom. Puts it right in the middle for you. You can turn on your wire diagram. Make sure you're right in the right place. Looks good to me. Now we need to flip it around. So rotate tool. Turn that around 180. Great thing about 180 is it doesn't matter if it's positive or negative. Then we'll go ahead and export it out to the car. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and save this. File, save. This is the XCF file for the IndyCar. All right, let's see what we look like. And it didn't go where I wanted it to go. It went somewhere else. Okay, so it's wherever else that other piece is. So obviously my theory was wrong. I put it on the wrong one. Color change, color finder, part finder would have figured that out. But we can go ahead and do it again. We'll go to color change logo layer. We'll get rid of this and this. And we'll bring in our layer again. We'll just go ahead and copy it. And this is small. We don't know where it is, so we won't say small rear because it might not be there. We'll call them small 1 and small 2. And then we will make a copy of it. And we got to figure out which one we copied. Grab our move tool. Okay, good. And we'll put it right here. Check our wire diagram. Looking good. Export it out. See if we got the right place this time. Got rid of them. Hey, look at that. There it is. It's upside down. No big deal. Go to the rotate tool. 180 it. Save it. Copy it. Okay, this is now where we want it. So this is small rear 1, because I don't know which side's which. I guess that's easy to see since we were just looking at it. Small rear 2. Okay, and now we'll grab one of them. Over to the other side. Control it to get it at the right height. Put it in about the middle. Export it out. Take a look at the car, and there they are. Last man standing logos. Those are cool looking. I like them. Okay, we need some old guy racing logos, and that looks like a good spot right there for old guy racing. Right on that side pod. So let's try to find the side pod. It's going to be red. So looks like there and there are going to be our side pods. So let's go ahead and open. Oop, nope. We want to open as a layer. And we're going to go iRacing logos, old guy. And we'll do the new old guy racing logo in a PNG format. Should be V6, is that right? Yeah, it looks right. Okay. All right, got our huge logo. Make it smaller. It's always good to have really big logos. There's nothing wrong with that. It helps you when you downsize them. You've got a lot more to work with. Let's put it right in the middle since I don't know, for one, what side of the car this is on. It should be the driver's side, but you never know. Export it out. There it is. It's actually in a really good spot too. I like it right about there. So let's go ahead and copy it. OGR logo driver. Copy it. We'll call it driver pass. Okay. Not really a passenger side to this car since you can't put 2 people in this one. Mario Andretti does have one that'll hold 2 people. I almost got a ride in it. I tried to fit in it. I'm a little bigger than that. I'm not the size of an IndyCar driver. Mario Andretti is a very small guy. Really cool, very smart guy, but he's very small as well. Export to car. Take a look. See what we look like. I like it. Old guy racing, discount tire. We need something on the front here and something definitely on the wing. We also have a lot of real estate right here. So seeing that we have Firestone Firehawks, we could try putting maybe some Firehawk logos on there. They might look pretty cool. We could probably put an Old Guy Racing logo here, and I bet we can get a discount tire on that big rear wing. But I don't really know where that big rear wing is on this diagram. I'm guessing it's one of these over here. That would make the most sense. So let's turn on the color finder, part finder, and figure out where that is. So easy to do. Okay, so our part that we want is not showing on my, there we go. Looks like teal lines, white numbers, 64 up to, looks like 14, over to 70, 71-ish. So we're teal lines, white numbers, black background. Teal lines, white, yep, that's it. So 14 over to 71, that's the block right there. So that's that wing. So we'll turn that off. We'll see if we can get a logo up there. And because I've already changed these, it's actually okay because, okay, sometimes I pull in a new logo and sometimes I just copy the ones that are here. The time when I just copy them is when the new place I'm going to put it is smaller. If I have to expand it again, I'll go get the full size one again. So when I expand it, it doesn't distort it. Unless it's a raster graphic, which I don't have any. You have to make those with like PostScript files and fancy software that I don't use. So I don't do that. But since this one's pretty easy, and I know these are the logos I want, the direction I want it in is this one. So this is on the driver's side. So I'll grab the one on the driver's side, duplicate it, drag it up to the rear wing. Now you see, look here, see the cursor change? Here, we'll go zoom in on this. You see how the cursor changes? Right now it's a little center cursor with the 4 arrows, and down here it's a hand. Okay, that means I'm not on the layer I'm on. I'm on this layer when I'm looking. So if I were to grab this and move it, it would move that layer and make a mess, or it can. It didn't that time, but undo move layer. It may have. Oh yeah, it was the background. So if I were to move that background, look, whoa, make a mess. Edit, undo move layer. What I want to move is this discount tire logo. So I'm going to grab it until I can see the right icon. Now when I move it up here, it's correct. So this one looks like it needs to be shrunk down just a little bit. Looks like it's a hair too wide. If we turn on the wire, you'll see. It's going to cut off the registered trademark logo on the end of the D. So we're going to go ahead and shrink it slightly so it fits on that wing. Turn off the wire. And let's go ahead and save it. And then, yeah, you guys are crazy. Save it anyway. Sometimes it doesn't save. Just save it again. Export it to the car. Go over to iRacing and check out the discount tire logo on the tail. Looking good, looking good. All right. So that's on there. It's on the sides. We got some good coverage for our sponsor on here. We got Old Guy Racing. We got Last Man Standing Motorsports. We got some real estate right here. We might be able to put an Old Guy Racing logo up there real small, or maybe our Stair Fittings Incorporated logo from our major sponsor for the league. That'd be cool to put one up there on the rear wing there. We could also stick one of their logos right here in the side pod, and we can even do both. So let's do both. Still in logos. Let's see, we'll shrink this down so you can see the whole thing. You can also use the fit in window if you really want to make it the right size, but it's not really that important. The hard part now is to find out where those things are. So this is the side pod in the front. This is the nose. I want to see if I could find a Firehawk logo. I don't think I have one. Let me look. iRacing logos. Do I have tires? I do have tires. I have Hankook and Michelin. No Firehawks. Let's go get some Firehawks. Firehawk logo. Images. Oh, that's a different kind of Firehawk, isn't it? These aren't the Firehawks you're looking for. Firestone Firehawk logo. There we go. I just want the logo. No? Nobody home? Huh. Okay. And see how big this is. It's clean. 500 by 500 is a little small, but that is clean, clean, clean. Let's see what we got here. 500, yeah, even smaller. Ooh, 800 by 900. That looks good. What we're looking for is something with really hard, crisp colors. That one's actually a little blurry on the edges, so I'm going to actually go to that other one. Ooh, that one looks pretty good. Is that clean? Yes, it is. That's very clean. That's the 500 by 500. Got this one also. It's a little bit of edge on that one. Trying to find a really good, clean logo that you can use is what you're doing. This one looks really cool. I like that it has a shield on it. So we're going to go with this one. We're going to go ahead and save it. Sometimes you can open it and get a better one. Sign in to get the best experience. Yeah. Whatever. Save. Maybe they'll give us a higher... No, I don't care that you know where I am. I just want to get this logo. Can I download it? Send this. No. Download it. There we go. Logos. Tires. Stick them in there. Firestone logo.jpg. So that's a JPEG, which means I got to work on it. So now we go to work. Instead of opening it as a layer, you're going to open it. So iRacing, logos, tires, Firestone. Now you got to get rid of the white. So you have the red logo for the background. But the car top is red. So you don't want the red background. You want it some other color. So black would look good or white would look good. I think we'll try them both. First, we need to get rid of the white. So we're going to crank up the threshold, grab the red, and then we're going to flip it. Okay, so now we're grabbing the white, but we've got the most red possible. And then we're going to edit and clear. Oh, we got to make sure it's got clear. Layer, transparency, add alpha channel, clear. Select none. Now we got our nice bright red logo, which we don't want. So let's go ahead and select the red again, and we'll make 2 of these. So we're going to make a new one. Firehawk white. And we're going to fill it with white. And then we'll call another one Firehawk black. And we'll fill it with black. Okay, so now we have the 3 colors, black, white, or red. Select none. Pick the color we want to try first. We'll grab the black one, move it over to the car. Come on. Man, these drag and drop tools are not working tonight. Hold on a sec. It's my monitor. So doing that to me yesterday. Okay. Let's put this at the top so we can find it. Oh, great. Can't move it. Let's move it the hard way. Okay, it's up at the top. Since there's other white things in there, the white might look better, but hey, let's try it. We're going to rotate this 90 degrees first. This time we do have to be sign specific. If we do -90, it'll be upside down. We're going to make it smaller so it'll fit on the front. I wonder if I think the 84 is up there, but I wonder if there's enough room to squeeze that in right there. Let's send it and see what it looks like. Might be too busy, or it might be interfering with the 84. It is. Okay. So we'll have to put it down below. which means we have to make it smaller. Can't touch the sides. Okay. Scale that in. Export it to the car. Ooh, that looks good. Okay. I actually like it in black. That looks really nice down there. So there's the Firehawks. There's the discount tire. We could probably put that Firehawk logo somewhere else as well. Don't need to. Um, let's go grab our sponsor logo. File, open as a layer. This one's already made as a nice clear one because it's obviously one that I do. Stair fittings, number 2, right there. Oh yeah, gotta go find it. There it is. And where are we gonna put it? We're gonna put it on the side pod. So we're gonna put it where we know we need it first, which is here. Shrink it down so it fits in the space we need. Not really exactly sure where that's gonna fall. Just like we did with the old guy racing logo. Not really sure, so let's export it out. Take a peek, and it's on the other side. There it is. Way in there behind the tire. Nobody ever see that. Let's pull it back a little bit. Back, I'm assuming, is that way. Let's pull it back. Might lose some of it. Might lose a lot of it. And it might actually be sucked right into the side pod if we're not careful. File, export. Yep, see how it's down in the side pod. I think lifting it up, pulling it a little bit forward might look just about right there. Right about there. And unfortunately, with logos, you don't always get all of the logo every time. So there you go, stair fittings. That's right there in the inside. So let's put one on the other side. And same deal. Logo, driver's side. These little hints about doing this don't seem like much, but later on, as you go back to these and you're looking for something, it's a whole lot easier to find it if it's labeled. Trust me, it's just something you need to do. Okay, let's flip it over. Okay, file, export to car, take a peek. Boom, there it is. Hey, I like it. I like it, I like it. And to make this not too complex and not too overloaded, I think all that's left is to put something up here on these wings. Maybe just color them so they don't look so plain. We could do the same to the back wings. So let's make one of them red and one of them black. Okay, great idea. So we got to find them first. These are them right here. So let's see if we can figure out where those are. Those are on the background. Yep, they're part of the background, part of the base paint. So what we're going to have to do here to make this something we can paint is we're actually going to make get over there. We're actually going to make a box around them so we can color in the box, because right now there's nothing to color. There's nothing there. It's just the background. So let's make a box, make a new box. And we'll block off this first one. You don't have to be exact when you let go. You can always move these around afterwards and make the box the size of your box. Now, if you look at your wire, you'll note that the wing is inside the box, so you're fine. You've got more than enough. To make a new layer, we'll put it in the paints area, and we'll call it wing black rear. Okay, And then we will fill that in with black. And then the other one we said we'd do white, or red, right? So new layer, ring, black, red. And select none, and we'll grab our tool again, make another one, and we'll fill it in with our predetermined color of red. File, export to car. See what it looks like. Yeah, I like it. Looks pretty cool, actually. Let's do something like that to the front. Front wing is this beast of a thing right here. Now, I don't know which pieces go where, and there's a lot of pieces. So let's throw the part finder on, export it out. And we got, that's dark blue, black, and that's the teal. So I want this one to be red, the dark blue, black to be red. And then the middle one, 44s, the 40s are going to be black. And then this top one will be white. We'll see how that looks. Black 40s. That's these right here. So this is the lower one. This is one of the upper ones. See, there's two. See that? There's the teal and the black background. But there's two. So you need 44, 41, 41 to 47. 41 to 47, right here in the middle. So it's these ones right here in the middle, not these outside ones. Okay, so let's put a box around those, because those look very boxable, don't they? I think they're very boxable. Okay, and let's turn off the numbers and check the wire. Oh, see, we got too much. See that? So pull that in, pull this in, pull this in, and we're going to go new layer, front, wing, front black, wing black, front. We're going to fill it in with black. Fill, boom. Okay. Now the bottom blue section, let's turn the wire off. That bottom dark blue section was right there, so it's this section here. The wire back on, so it's that little block right there. Make a box. Make sure we're only getting what we want. And we're going to fill this in with the red. Wing, black front, oh well, wing front. I guess it's both colors. That works for me today. Turn off the wire, send it out, see what it looks like. Not what I bargained for, is it? We did get some black, but what we got on the black was the side pods. Interesting. The black got those inside side pods, unless those were already black. Nope. You know what I did? I did it wrong. I know what I did wrong. Those are now orange. Look at that. They're red. So let's edit, undo, rename layer, edit, undo fill. And we're actually going to we forgot to do select none, and we had that other black piece as well. Woo, interesting. Interesting little error there. But we got it corrected. Let's turn the wire back on. It was easier to select with that. And these fine areas that are really tight. So, what happened? We lost it. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and fill with the red this time, leaving the top ones black. Now let's go select none and export it out to the car. Did you see my OCD trying to change the name? Did you see that? In front. All right. That looks bad. I don't like it. I almost liked it better red. Actually, I do like it better red. That looks like something's missing with the black in there. So that's why we test. Let's go wing front. We'll go select. We'll make our selection right there, and we'll pull it up to there. We'll fill it in with red. Export it out to the car. See what it looks like. I like that better. Okay. All right. I think we're ready to ride. We're ready to race. We got our logos on there. We got our discount tire. We've got Last Man Standing Motorsports, Old Guy Racing, Stair Fittings Incorporated, Firestone Firehawks in there. And everything's smooth and clean. There's no abrupt lines. There's no problems anywhere. So what we'll do now is we're going to save this. Close that out. Yeah, whatever. You can save what you think you want to save. File, export this out. And we're going to save it just to make sure it's saved correctly. No errors. Run out to Trading Paints. Trading Paints. We'll find the Dallara. This is our old paint. My really cool Cashman casino paint with the buffaloes on it. Took me a long time to build that. And we'll go ahead and choose a new paint, upload the paint, find the file, which is sitting in my documents folder under paint. Dallara IR18. There's my number. Open it up. It'll switch this paint from the yellow and blue to my new discount tire paint. And I can take a picture of this and send it over to the guy that runs Discount Tire here in town and tell him what we're doing, and he'll think it's great. So there it is. Another car painted. Only took about an hour. So thanks again for joining me. Please post questions in the chat down below. Happy to answer any questions for you. Bigg Wizurd TV is our sponsor. And this is Ron saying have a great night. We'll see you on the next one.